What's good, everybody? We are back at it once again. We are going to tune in.
Cool. All right, so
Cool. Now I'm a dragon.
Boom, we're
the
back.
last time you finally got together again, which is great. You also all survived and
Did it.
pretty much just went on your way to finally go to Mitros, which seems to be where you're supposed to be going next.
It
So,
does seem that way.
yeah, you were kind of starting that journey when and you're still it's a mixture of like very few trees every now and then, like a very spaced out forest kind of thing that sometimes kind of turns into something more like a steppe kind of thing or a prairie where it's just brushland but not much of anything else, so you can see pretty far with the mountains kind of just visible, some mountains at the horizon, especially to the north of you. But you're kind of turning in a way where you see that the path that you are following, that's also quite a wide way at some points. It is kind of turning south and going towards the forested areas more. Just in general, you kind of feel like, yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of walking through forests as well. And you kind of, do go for a while. I think we have one person dragon riding, right? And scouting ahead.
That's right.
We
Two of us
had
are
Solomon
riding
was
the
sleeping in the
as
cart, I
usual.
think.
Yep. All
And
right.
we had Sherwin was the one that's actually like
Yeah.
steering the wagon. And
Trust that.
Soren's helping out and trying to keep things together as always. So that's kind of the setup here. I guess because we've got a dragon riding scout, could you just make a perception check, please, Esther, to see what you see?
Can I ask while he's doing that, do we have any orientation of like where we came from, where we started our journey, that sort of thing? Because we know we went through the
Yeah.
Temple of the Oracle, so we're walking like past that kind of.
Yes. You're not walking past that. The
Right.
temple would be more to the
Coming in
west,
with a
and
hot
you're
10.
kind of going east now. With a 10, at one point, quite early
So
on,
impressively low.
you do have you do see some of those like very small little dots at the horizon, kind of to the south of you guys, that you cannot make out for the life of you. You can't, and you really try, but you don't know if it's dragons, big birds, or something else. But there's like spots.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any way that because the forge is like on the river, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there any chance like we could like make a mark or something on the map just for like
Yeah, we can.
my
I'll
own
actually give
understanding?
you more of a map as soon as you get to Mitros. So you will have a bigger thing, and I can make like little, I don't know, maybe just like make some X's over the map somehow or something like that.
So you're
to
saying
show
we're
you about
finally
where
gonna
everything
get
is.
a map?
Yeah, isn't that what we
That was
first
still
set out to do?
The very
Wow.
first
part
thing.
of the world map.
Wow.
It's not the very
I'm pretty sure
first.
that was the first goal.
It
was
was
to find the
100%.
library to find a map.
100% the first goal.
Yeah, the page that you, I think I put you on the thing too. Like there's a like very small part of that map that's just like the lower
Then we met the master of
area
cheese.
here, where you do kind of get a little bit of information, and that would actually be, I mean, I can always just go, let me just draw right on the map. So we'd have got too much stuff on this. This is typical. Let's do just freehand. We've got the necropolis, which was pretty much where the there.
Yeah.
Astoria is where the city is. That makes sense. The temple was like somewhere around here-ish. And you came from the Sour Vintage originally and came out of the woods there somewhere. The mossy temple at the bottom of this small part of the map, right to the south of right there, would be
Those
where
were a lot of murder was.
Yeah, that's where you save the children from being eaten/eating other children.
That was good.
And you're now kind of turning, you also did, well, currently you would be around, let me see. You're now at the forge. So that's the continuation of this river up here. It's just slightly off map.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So you're there. And you're now kind of walking this way.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. So that's what you kind of get for now, I would say.
So the shapes I see.
Mm-hmm. I think you're breaking up.
Okay, that. So the shapes I see are coming towards us, like we're going towards them.
You do see those dots are visible for some time, and you try to figure out what they really are, but they're too far away to see with basically your perception check. It's just too far to see what it really is. It's something flying, and they're really far, and they don't seem to get too
south of us or north of us?
It's kind of southeast. It's around where you think you might be going about.
Okay.
Not quite, but around that area. Yeah.
How many dots? Is it 7?
Oh yeah.
It's it's actually a few more than that from what you can tell. It's kind of looks like it might be 10-ish. But it's a bit like, a flock of birds in the sky. If it's far enough away, it's really hard to count each single dot because they keep moving. But it feels kind of like 10-ish.
Yeah, I'd probably swoop down and pass that information on, and then ask Soren if he wants to fly for a while, get practice in him.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Or if Sherwin wants to, because Sherwin also hasn't flown.
Oh, me and the Scaly boys. We don't. I'll keep with the cart and the horses.
Now, come on, Sherwin. I understand that you have a distinct unavailability in your heart for dragons, but we're supposed to be the Dragon Lords. So at some point in time, I'm going to assume that you're going to have to ride a dragon. And just like people, little Bow here, every one of them are different. And, he's a little sweetheart.
I just
try and make him give him the dragon puppy dog eyes.
I think that it's not right now.
All right, we'll get you one of these days. All right. Well, how about it, Soren?
Oh no, not that's not like I like to have water underneath and just no, it's fine.
I mean, it's water, ground. It don't matter one way or the other. It's both hard as shit if you fall on it.
It's it just seems good for practice to be such a small dragon.
Yeah, but you're not a very big guy.
I still feel like he's struggling. It's kind of like when you're on a mattress and your feet hang off the edge. It just feels so weird.
All right. Well, all right, little beat, let's go. It's like Fucking just takes.
Okay. Yeah. And you keep flying and probably are a little bit distracted by those dots that are so far off, and it probably bugs you a bit that you can't actually see what it is.
Yeah. I'm for
Um,
sure like keeping my eye on it, and I tell Squeaks to keep his eye on it too.
Yeah. And at some point, I guess it'll be a Baumetria the second then. That just goes, should I fly around this? And you see kind of right in front of you another winged creature that is much closer. Like a lot closer.
Oh shit!
It's kind of I'll say you probably have seen something like this before. It very much looks like it's a griffin that seems to be very preoccupied too with the ground. Like it flies down into a little bit of a it's a clearing apparently, where it just flies down to and then swoops up again with some stuff in its claws and seems to be eating while flying.
Can I see what it?
There's a little bit of a ditch in the ground, and you're still at an angle where you can't quite see. You know where it is.
All right, my shit disconnected for a second. What was that? Did you?
Where, like you know where the thing is that this griffin is like stooping down to, and you can't quite make it out because the angle is like there's a little bit of a kind of a hill before this, and then there's a ditch behind it, and you're coming from the side of the hill, so it's covered by the ground from your angle. But if you just keep flying straight, you'll see it in like a minute.
Okay. So I'm going to dive down and just like with like little explanation, just drop Squigs and they're like, ask him. And then he just like flies straight low through the trees and he's going to try and get to that clearing.
Okay. Yeah. Where will you where do you want to keep yourselves at that point? If Squeaks kind of goes there to check it out, because he'll probably.
No, I'm dropping Squigs with the party for explanation.
Okay, and you'll go. Okay.
Yeah, let them know what's going on and that there's something flying around eating shit.
For them, it'll take maybe possibly 5 minutes to get there. It's not all that far. You were just distracted by the other things, and you fly straight ahead. As soon as that griffin sees you and realizes that there's a potential someone that might want to get whatever it has, you do see it kind of fly in a way that it makes itself very large, really just spreads its wings and tries to obviously scare you away. But I guess you would still try to get there, right?
Yeah, I would still be focused on staying on. But I would try and yell at the griffin, be like, "If you know what's good for you, you better back the fuck up." You hear me?
Okay. You just fly kind of straight into its, I guess, area that it wants to protect, and you will have to deal with an attack of a griffin, which is a thing. It'll go for the dragon though, because that's what it doesn't really necessarily see the small one on top first as the boss of this. So how about it just tries to currently has some stuff in its claws. So for the beak, it's an attack of 24 that hits the beak very much. So he takes 6 points of damage. I'll note that because I don't. Well, actually, you might.
So did he like swoop past me?
Yeah, it's kind of like a swooping thing. It stays quite close, but it like turns around and tries to keep in front of the dragon, pretty much. Like it's
So can I attack
trying
of
to
opportunity?
defend it. You could, as it kind of swoops like over you. Yeah.
All right, I whip a javelin off my back and I poke at it.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't throw it.
Yeah.
Why not throw
But
it?
I might here in a second because that was really bad.
Yeah, you try to poke it, and yeah, it's too fast. I mean, those things are really fast in the sky, so it's faster than your dragon. Yep.
Which is wild. Little bee's fast as hell.
Yeah, but this one's faster.
Fucking hypocrite.
You you have this like little interaction
Shell
with
Daddy
the thing
in the house
at an angle where you kind of also get
I'm
to
grabbing a
possibly
cart.
see what's in the clearing. Like you got close enough. Do you want to like glance down?
Yes, I want to see what's in the clearing.
Yeah, make just a perception check, and because you're like kind of also preoccupied with the griffin attacking, make it a disadvantage. And if you roll good, then you'll, it's not too hard to see from for now.
Man.
6.
Well,
there's just something.
It's shitty to see a nat 20 on one. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but you do get to, get there. What are the others doing as, I guess Squeaks kind of comes flying at you. He's not quite there yet. It just looks like he kind of broke off the team in the sky that's kind of in front of you, and you do see that, like, Esther's engaging a griffin in the sky.
Do we see
Am I awake?
You would if you went to sleep to have I think a full night's rest, like a long rest, right? So that would break the long rest. You would have had a short rest by now, though. Like it depends on.
Sherwin is definitely feeling like he's moving at lightning speed on this wagon. And,
okay, yeah. Yeah.
He's
the horses are just merrily kind of trotting along.
he's super feeling on top of the world right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if he sees Squigs land, like, I think that I would definitely be like mentioning to Soren to like see what's going on.
Okay.
I shall turn my eyes to the heavens.
Yeah. See this little like skirmish in the sky happen. It's pretty obvious. There's not too many trees in the way here, so you've got a pretty clear view.
How far is it?
For you, it's, let's say, well, it's in feet. You'd be like 900-ish, maybe 800, somewhere around that.
I'll
like at an
nudge
angle
Sherwin and point. Look up there.
What?
Look right. See, no, don't look over there. Follow my arm. There.
Up there?
Yeah, right there. So let's follow right down the length of my arm, right down the thing I'm pointing right at it. You see him? Right there, right in the sky. They're fighting.
They're fighting up there. What should we do?
I don't know. That's like approximately 900 feet up. I don't know if we can do anything.
Well, I I can barely control these beasts. We're going so fast right now. Oh no! How are we gonna save him?
It's a real wonder we're not hitting all the trees as we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess you'll
Should we
stick
wake
to
up the
not
big guy?
waking. That's the kind of the question, because it doesn't make a lot of
What?
noise. You could try to wake him up, but he also went to sleep to, get a rest. So
I mean,
Guess let's the best we could do really is try to get underneath them, and if Esther falls, we can try to catch him.
What? Okay, if you think that's the best.
Go as fast as you can.
I will say I'm not like high up in the air. We're just way ahead of you.
yeah. Well, ahead and also, well, still flying. So
Yeah, I mean, like I'm still in the air for sure.
Yeah.
But, like, we're like tree level, so
Yeah.
it's still like we're like 30, 40 feet up. But
Yeah, something
we're just
like
like
that.
hundreds of feet ahead of you. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Giddy up.
Okay. Whoosh.
Okay.
I actually send him into
Do you want
like.
to make an animal handling check just to see how?
I will, if that's what you would like me
Can
to do.
I, since I'm up here, can I give him the help action?
You can absolutely help him if you like. Yeah.
Ooh, so that's some advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 13.
13. Yeah. They kind of pick up for a little bit, like maybe 30 feet ish, where they kind of are a bit irritated by being hurried along.
These are like moving van horses.
Oh.
But then they kind of get back to a quite, chilled kind of trot.
Oh my gosh, Soren, did you see how fast we went right there?
You were regular blazing saddle.
The lightest canter down to a trot again, yeah.
Felt like I was going to pass out almost.
Really? Oh, from the... I mean, not that I would know this, but the G-forces must have been so high.
They were very intense.
Yeah.
Face ripples and everything.
I saw you thrown right back into your shell and everything. It was so intense.
I barely hung on to this little rope thingy right here.
This little rope thingy. The reins.
I mean, I guess we'll have to hope Esther can hold on until we get there.
Yeah.
Approximately 60 feet per round.
We're coming, Esther. We're coming.
Yeah. Esther, you get to the griffin just kind of sticks to like a 30-ish feet from you, just kind of straight in front of the dragon, trying to shoo the dragon off. Would you like to attack it in some way, or do something else?
I'm going to hold an action.
Mm-hmm.
And like rear back little bee and try and get a little bit of height so I can see what's in the hole, and also
okay, cool.
air fight. Height equals superiority.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want little bee. I'm gonna tell little bee. I'll be like, scare his ass, little bee. Do something terrifying.
Okay. Let me see what your little dragon can do that's scary and terrifying. It's got some, maybe. Let me try something. Oh, wow. Okay. Be glad I like kind of went for you helping the dragon thing, because it did roll a natural one in the first roll. But
shit.
it then went for a 19, and it's got a charisma that gives it +2. So, Little Bee kind of does a very, like, already looks like a grown adult dragon now also kind of behaves like one enough to actually scare the griffin off.
Hell yeah! As in my help
it-
action is like having the
like-
lightning on the like spear like light up.
Yeah, I was kind of, that's exactly what I've thought, because you were obviously trying to help it to do whatever it does. And
I definitely like stroke his
yeah.
ego. Like, hell yeah, little
Oh,
bee,
yeah.
let it go.
And it does. He kind of, it helps very much. He kind of pretends like he's about to let loose like a huge breath weapon thing or something, and kind of rears back its the head, and its kind of jaw opens a little bit, and that's enough to actually scare away that griffin. So yeah,
Hell
there you
yeah.
are. You see it just kind of squawk once in a disappointed way, and turn around and leave with whatever it's still got in its claws, though. Like, there's a chunk of not very recognizable something in its claws.
I'd be like, get on out of here with your bad self.
Okay. Yeah, so this does not need to become a combat then, because that is a solution you can do. Yeah.
I was like, I'm
I
riding a
guess you wanna
dragon. He
check
might be
this
little, but
thing.
he's still like scary, right?
Yeah. And he almost wasn't, but you helped. So yeah, you do get him to fly off, and the griffin is impressively fast, and kind of gets out of your guys' hair, scales, whatever.
Yeah, I would investigate that area, make sure it's safe, or if something is weird going on,
Okay.
and just fly over it.
Yep, Sherwin looks like you can slow down if you like. Danger's over.
Yeah, you do see the griffin kind of fly away, and as you get down to where it stooped down to, there's a like 3/4 eaten corpse of a horse, and what used to be probably its rider, also just like not much of it left altogether. Like, all of this is kind of a mix of remains. But there's some pieces of armor still recognizably, like someone that probably had some kind of a like soldier-ish job. In some way, it looks like armored in a kind of very like common way that you have seen in Astoria too. Yeah, it's
I would like
apparently
make
a
sure the
rider and his
surrounding area.
horse.
I'd like make sure the surrounding area was like clear before I land, and then I land and start looking through stuff, waiting for everybody else to catch up.
Okay. Your perception is, I'll say, still standing for now, because it's still kind of the same thing. Looks clear.
Dope. I take that at face value.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm just gonna land. We like.
You
I just
kind
like
of
look
see
back.
the car
See him,
arrive.
way back there. It's
Yeah.
like, damn, they're so slow. Just gonna land and be like, well,
to get there.
he ain't gonna need it no more. He's gonna land down there.
Sorry, I'm just clicking stuff.
That's fine.
I feel like Sherwin at this point is like standing on the front of the cart, like with one foot like in the seating area where it's supposed to be, the other one like propped up on the front, like holding the rein, just like feeling like he's traveling at light speed right now, but eating it all up.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Yes, you will get there in time, but before you get there, I'll say that Esther gets to investigate, I guess, the jumble of remains that's in front of you. So if you want to, you could go for a little bit of a search and investigate the horse and rider.
Now, can Little B help me?
If you ask him to, he will help you.
Awesome. I would definitely ask him, be like, let's figure out what happened to this poor fella. And if he's got anything nice on him.
I think he died.
You know what? You're a very astute dragon.
I mean, yeah, he will still kind of, he's helping you, but he's not, like, he's just, like, looking and is a bit confused about
It's
you
always
to figure it out.
It's always good
because
to
it's quite
have
obvious.
someone point out the.
Yeah. So, yeah, you still do see that as you, go through. I guess you wouldn't care that it's a bit of a messy business to do so, I guess. That Centurion has had a little bit of a satchel that's mostly still kind of intact, but is covered by some, remains. You kind of pull that out, and you do find 10 gold pieces and 40 silver pieces in that satchel, and a little kind of note that is very bloody. Like on the it's folded, so and there's a it's closed, so if you're lucky it's just the outside that's that messy, but from the outside it's quite blood covered letter apparently. As you kind of look through, that's about the time when the others get there. They would get to you, you do all that and just search. The horse actually used to have a very nice saddle that's now completely ruined by just talons and, beak scratches and stuff. You go through all of this, and that takes, or lets the others kind of catch up to you. And yeah, I guess your dragon just kind of, looks around and basically mostly
just
looks at the horse and sometimes nibbles a little bit. Just, a little bit.
I mean, go ahead. Just don't eat the person. That's weird.
Okay. He kind of tucks in and just, takes an actual bite out of the horse. It's not that much left, but he'll probably gobble it all down.
He earned it.
Yeah, so the cart arrives to Dragon Eating Horse, and Esther, going through very bloody kind of a sling little satchel thing.
Just got blood all over me, and I just hand Soren a note. Yeah,
Esther, you look terrible.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'll vary with index and just thumb, start unfolding it so I can look and see what's inside of it.
Okay. It basically just, it's a quite short note and written in all sort of common, with an interesting kind of there's some, at least some of you will recognize the kind of draconic influence to it in some the words sometimes kind of switch to draconic, but the whole note would just read, I hereby decree to find the heroes of the prophecy and
that's us. They're talking about us.
Oh, hey, look, we can guide ourselves.
It's there's a very fancy, very big signature. Most of the parchment is actually just huge signature.
Well,
is it a signature that I recognize from the books?
You wouldn't have seen that one yet.
Okay, cool.
It just
Because
looks
I only
like
have the ledgers for
something-
the Sidon people, and that would be really
Is the
suspicious.
signature highly stylistic, or is it like legible enough to read?
Well, you would definitely recognize a huge A, like really big A. And that kind of gets a bit squiggly. It's hard to figure out, but I guess if you wanted to try, that would be, well, just make an, just for the, yeah, why not? Just make an intelligence check for that. To kind of, it's not quite history, it's not quite, but it's definitely book smarts. 18. Yeah, you would. It takes you a second, but it
That's
does
not
seem
bad.
to say Acastus. I'll write it down in the chat. Like that.
Oh, maybe this Costas we should look up whenever we get there.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, if
All
they're,
right.
I like the language he uses. He says to guide us to the city, not force us, capture us, trick us. The language seems
I will
honest.
say that the other people didn't seem intent like they were trying to hurt me or nothing, but you know me, I ain't trying to do nothing crazy.
I mean, you think if there's like some sort of reward for guiding us to Mitros, that we could collect a reward for guiding ourselves to Mitros?
I will definitely try and attempt to negotiate a reward for us guiding ourselves.
Of course you would.
I'll leave that in your hands. That seems like the kind of thing you'd be better at than me.
So are we
Okay.
still just standing on the front of the cart? Like, so I'll do we keep going then?
Yeah, I don't,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't see anything.
That guy died.
I mean, I gotta wash up real quick.
He's super
well,
dead.
yeah, that's
He's
yeah, that is what happened.
He is very dead.
When you get attacked by.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything even. Well, I mean, mate, how fresh does it look?
Is it a minute?
I'll make a medicine check. Or maybe because it's kind of, there's not much left of the horse at this point. But there's the human remains still there. And what's very obvious, and nobody needs to make a check to see that, is that like Esther's like covered to at least the elbows, probably even more because you're small, in like blood and gore from just kind of pulling stuff out of a heap of remains. It's fresh enough that it didn't.
It wasn't like warm, but it wasn't like cold yet.
Yeah, it's also not
should we take
a
it with
cold
us?
day, but
If it doesn't look like it's super recent, then
it looks like it might have been a bit, but definitely
a bit
like
is too low.
Probably not the whole day, because things would have not kept as fresh, probably.
How does this work? Do we wrap it in a blanket and like take it with us? Has it got like a next of kin? I've never handled a dead body before.
Sherman just clutches the blanket around his neck.
Look around.
Is there anything in the back of the car? Is like a tarp or a blanket or anything back there?
No, just a Solomon.
Like shield. Does the shield have a sigil on it?
There is a sigil, yeah. It is basically a kind of a dragon symbol with a nicely curled tail, and kind of does a, it's a stylized kind of dragon, but still like wings apart and spewing some kind of breath weapon, kind of possibly shaping like a little bit of a point at the top and sprawling out to two sides, so it's kind of a triangle shape.
I'll take his shield, sword, and helmet and be like, well, this should be enough to identify him, right? Because I'm assuming the sword probably also has a sigil on it.
I don't know what kind of...
I don't know what kind of funeral rites
Yeah.
they have here. Do they like bury the body? Do they burn the body? Is it like a give back to the earth kind of thing? Usually different cultures kind of have different means. The only thing I've
Tyra
seen,
taught us how the funeral rites are here, right?
I mean, we
She
saw somebody staked to a rock in the middle of a
told
river
you.
as a sacrifice to the Titans.
Yeah, you
No,
did talk a little bit about something. Yeah.
Yeah, we made like a whole
Yeah, I thought
altar
we
and
did a
stuff.
funeral one.
You
I don't
did
remember.
a thing. It's
Oh, I
wasn't
think that was
quite
the
a
offering for like getting the
yeah.
blessing.
Mm,
Okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
Either way, I have a
But I
blanket in my
thought that we
pack. I'll
talked
just
about funeral rites at that point. I might be mistaken.
I'll like wrap the body real quick in my blanket out of my pack and then toss it in the cart beside Solomon.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
that's gonna be awkward to wake up to.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
could you like clean me off because I don't have very much water in my water bottle.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm kind of awkward with this rope. I need to tie the rope around the blankets. The body doesn't come out of the blankets. Can you tie up the body? You're better, and then I'll
Oh
clean you
yeah,
off.
all right.
Yep. Hop
Yeah, I
on,
should probably do
Mister.
the tying first. Yeah, just jump up and like.
I
Oh,
can do my
that's-
part while you
Oh,
tie.
hey, fellas,
Just so while you're tying, the blood just starts slossing off like water on a duck.
fellas.
Hell yeah.
I need y'all to hold on to something.
Yeah. What?
Just hang on. You ready?
Okay.
Ha! Whoosh! And we
Okay.
creep to a slow pace.
Yes.
Yeah, like stand there for.
Oh!
Kind of get
Oh!
like a very
Oh!
they don't care. They really
I'm
don't.
like,
Yeah.
I stand there for a second. I'm like, oh hell no, Lil B, come on, grab me. And then he'll just
Oh,
put my
Esther,
arm
hang
down,
on,
grab
you're gonna
onto his
fall.
paw, then
You're gonna
swing up
fall.
onto
It's
his back.
Soren, make sure he's safe. Make sure he's safe.
Yeah. So, like, Solomon just lies there like rock solid, but Sherwin just kind of goes all crazy. Just not. Probably you don't even dare to like look back really, but nothing happens to Solomon.
No, it's
at
like
all.
it's like
He's,
when you're
you know,
getting on a
stable.
roller coaster, you know, and
Yeah.
you're going up,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Click,
oh man,
click,
oh man,
click.
oh man,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like, yeah, then you hit it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So you do get to that point where you know, get to a very even pace, albeit not as fast as some of you might think. And yeah, it works pretty nicely. You get to just get on your way, and will probably arrive in Mitros in the evening. It'll be,
Has it been
late-ish.
8 hours?
It will, before you get to Mitros, have been 8 hours.
Sweet. I would, as soon as 8 hours go by, I would wake Solomon up.
Yes. You kind of now go, like, it starts with a kind of an eastern journey, and then you kind of go more like south and enter a more of a, kind of a less densely forested area with like mountains to both of this, like both sides of you for a little bit, and then it kind of opens up into almost like a prairie-like appearance, really, with some
Hey,
hills,
little
but
guy.
otherwise very, very flat.
Hey,
And you
little
do.
guy. We're almost there. Want to wake up? Want to get to sleep? Want to get sleeping and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Come on, little guy.
And I'll like sit up,
Don't mind that body there. Don't mind that body. That's new. That's new.
and then I'll like look around. I'll do that thing where I don't really want to wake up, so I lay back down, pull the body over my head.
No, buddy. You gotta wake up. We're almost there.
Try to
We're almost
block the light.
there.
Yeah.
10 more minutes, just slap.
No. We're almost there, buddy. You can do it. Come on, sit up.
I shake the
Oh,
body's
wow.
head like,
Oh,
All right,
wow.
and then I'll move it over, and I'll be like, "Who's this guy?"
We don't know. He was caught. He was asked to
Unknown
guide us.
soldier number 2. Yeah.
He
Oh,
got
man.
he part of him and most of his horse got eaten by a hippogriff. I think it's called.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
I think Esther
hypocritical.
called it a hippogriff because I don't think he's ever seen a griffin before. So
Yeah,
it's just,
sounds-
it's I don't
sounds-
know.
There's also
I don't know, a
technically a
fucking
difference.
hippogriff. I read about him.
Yeah, it's there's a difference between a hippogriff and a griffin. That does not matter at this point, and you wouldn't be quite sure about what it is, but it was like a, winged creature with like 4 legs and
Yeah, I was
very
like,
much a
I've read
big
about
eagle's
hippogriff,
beak.
and so he's just like, that looks like a
Yes.
hippogriff,
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Some
was he
weird
there the
winged
whole
creature.
time? Or what did I do? What did I do last night? Just remember laying down. There wasn't some like dead dude next to me.
Oh, we picked him up off the side of the road.
Oh, thank God! I was about to say, not again. Oh no.
Oh wow.
We'll touch on that later, I think.
I wanna
that's
touch it
definitely
now.
something we'll have to get into later.
At some point.
Over a
Yeah.
couple drinks.
I'm just adding to my backstory all the time. This is great.
There was
Apparently.
hitchhiking road out of Waterdeep.
Mhm.
It was dark.
Solomon, you missed it. We were going so fast.
I could tell. I was dreaming about how fast we were going.
It was
Crazy.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh wow.
I appreciate the support nonetheless. I'm
Yep.
gonna be honest with you
I
guys.
tried.
I am mighty tired after that. It was a big day.
yeah. Let's go see this Acostus. We'll turn his person over to him. Apparently, I don't know if he worked for him or was hired by him, but either way, you should know what to do with this guy. And
Well-
then we'll see what he wanted us for.
You said we were in a plains area, like just outside the city.
Yeah, you should, I hope, probably be able to see like the big map, unless it's
Yes.
because
Yep.
you need to be on it.
Nope,
I just
you,
made a little bit of a squiggle there to denote about where you like went today.
Are you wanting to get some rest before we enter the city?
Well, I was just,
Solomon just got one. Long rest.
I'm gonna be. That nap looked pretty good.
Solomon got his long rest. Like
Yeah, but we
he-
could
Oh, yeah.
get a bed. It's like
Yeah.
bed's just right around the corner.
Well, I mean, I do love me a good bed. All right, you talked me into it. Let's go.
You'd like the cart was a pretty good bed. That guy's probably gonna be sleeping in there for a while.
I'm not sure that feller's gonna wake up.
Well,
Especially because we had to put him in there in multiple pieces.
Yeah.
Well, we
Yeah.
kind of got him into the right place before he wrapped him up. At least I think
Yeah.
so.
I'm pretty sure that I got the feet on the right. Well, the foot that was there.
I tried to match up the thumbs, but it was a little difficult.
he makes a great pillow, and he's still a little warm.
Oh.
Well, that's just where he's been laying out in the sun.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was saying he was still a little warm.
Yeah.
That was like
Smells
4
not
hours
great,
ago.
but I mean,
Yeah, it's starting to get pretty,
They don't tell you
unpleasant.
they evacuate their bowels. That's not something that
No,
really comes up
yeah.
in the stories.
No. But,
Oh no,
yeah.
but every time, 100% of the time, you always should.
Yeah, it's a lot of
hey
poop.
guys, that's just how I sleep. Leave me alone.
That's what?
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 Soren, I'm really glad that wasn't you just tooting away that whole trip.
Huh?
Well, I mean,
didn't hear anything.
I was just, I didn't hear anything either. I thought, man, Soren is just laying them out silent but deadly this whole trip. Every bump we take, it smells it's just like coming right into my face. But well, it's good to
Me
know
and
that
corpse.
I mean, I thought it was you tooting away on the trip.
You thought it was me?
Well, I mean, I didn't have any proof, so I didn't say nothing. But I mean,
We haven't
I
had
smelt
dairy
it.
in months.
Well, I mean, we hadn't had a bunch of dairy when we were in that palace, and we wouldn't need any either.
Yeah, well, we did have some dairy in that palace, and
Goat
that tiny
milk.
hut was rough.
Wait, well, that
Lots of it.
I don't know that we had it like until after that, and
You know-
it
you know the
didn't
worst
smell
part
the
of-
same.
You know, the worst part of the tiny hut is that if I have some dairy and I need to go, I can't leave the hut.
Well,
That
that
is true.
is why you can clean your pants off.
With a spell, that's true.
Also fair.
I don't ever think I put that together. I opened a door that I don't think should have been opened.
Well, I do have this crown now that makes me very, very intelligent.
That's why
That's
you're the thinker
true.
of the group.
That is
Well,
what this crown is for now.
I'm an idea
I
haver,
don't.
Solomon, and
I
Sora.
don't think prestidigitation was meant to be used that way.
Mhm.
Well, it's got so many handy uses. I can't do it myself,
Okay.
but
As you kind of talk amongst you, there's, you're still moving, in a quite, it is no urgency whatsoever, at least from the horses. They just kind of do their thing.
I assume I'm lazily circling.
We really need
Yeah,
to get a cart
the
and
first thing
horses.
that Esther would notice as you kind of go now, like to the south, and actually, like you obviously had to go around the mountains kind of to get to the city. And as you now get close enough to the city, you definitely in the evening light before the sun goes down, which it does about now, you do see some dragons, very obviously dragons, kind of circling certain areas of the city. Um,
guys, am I sleeping?
it's
Look!
Okay.
They're
So,
big!
Am
Here's the thing.
I asleep right now, or I feel like I'm having a nightmare?
No, you,
No, it's
Yeah,
not a
look-
nightmare. Look how pretty they are.
yeah, sure would look at all these poser dragons. They're not even
Mm-hmm.
Baphomet.
the sun shimmers off their scales as it goes down, and you realize that they're young copper dragons, if you want to be exact. Um,
all right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
wave at them.
Well,
You've heard some rumors about the dragons of Mitros, but they look like polished and amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna wave both hands at them. Like a kid that's excited to see a plane come in at the airport.
so being his flaw is that he can't help but try to get dragons.
Yeah. Now you're gonna steal the dragons now?
Right, no, it's
What's
dragons.
going on?
That's much better than the
He's gonna
flaw
collect
that I
all the
wrote down.
dragons.
The flaw I wrote down is I am dumb, perhaps medically.
You have played that.
He just
so
wants to meet every dragon. That's his character flaw.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that'll get you through grade.
Dragons. His flaw is dragons are an irresistible attraction. So,
Mhm.
like, no matter what it is, he just wants to interact with the dragon. If it could be his
I mean-
friend, awesome. If it wants to come with him, even better. If it's just doing what it's doing, that's cool too. He just wants to interact with every dragon that he comes across. So that's why I rolled the wisdom save, and it was a 10. And
Yeah.
irresistible definitely does not lose to a 10. So he's
Yeah.
dabbling on over to these dragons.
Oh, okay. Right on, little B, going straight for them.
Last time
Yeah.
we ever saw
You know
it.
what?
And I'm just like
I guess it's
speaking in Draconic, waving, being like, "Hi, how are you doing? What's your name? My name's Esther."
Perfect. Okay.
Okay,
Um,
I would like
They
to.
will recognize that there's another dragon coming in quite soon. What would you like to do?
I would like to be like, oh, Solomon, here, can you just hold this for me, and hand him the reins, and
Okay.
Oh, yep.
and then just excuse me, and then just go like hide in the cart.
Okay. Under
Can-
the body?
Yeah, anywhere. Like just
Is
put
there-
my blanket up over
Just a
me.
Blanket
Like,
over you?
yep.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anybody like while they're doing that? I'll double wave at the dragon, seeing that something's about to happen. Esther's doing what Esther does. I'm gonna ask like a guard or somebody passing by if they know where the estate or office or whatever of Custis would be, so we can head the right direction.
You're currently outside of the city walls still, but approaching, and there's farmland around.
First person I see.
Yeah, there is a bunch of farmers around that you can ask. Let me just see which one you find first. That's probably be a
I hope he
quite
farms
good.
corn.
Okay.
How much faster does it feel now that you're driving?
It does not feel that fast. You can
It's
actually
not
make
fast.
an animal handling check if you want to change pace or anything at all. If you
I
want
have
to do more than
vehicles.
just hold.
I have
Yeah.
vehicles. Does that
He's
give me
gotten his
advantage?
cart on 2 feet before.
Oh yeah.
Or two
You have a
legs, whatever.
good chance of doing well. Also, the horses did you rolled pretty well with them before, so they kind of they might like you a little bit more than the others.
Do I have advantage on this or something?
No, it's
or-
just a pretty low DC.
Oh, okay. Well, this could be bad.
We'll see.
And it is.
Ooh. I mean, you would get to
I
add
have a
your
-1.
you would get to add your
Oh,
proficiency
my
bonus.
proficiency.
Well,
Which is
your proficiency should be 3,
so
so
5.
5.
Yeah.
Still
And
bad.
it was, it also was.
I go to wave at the
not-
dragons too and just let go of the reins. Just
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you.
What are we waving at?
I mean, that's kind of
Oh, what are you doing? Drive the reins.
obvious. Yeah.
What's a rein?
The horses just kind of keep going, and as Soren's trying to ask that a guy that's like apparently just kind of trying to herd in a bunch of chickens into like a little coop area where they probably get just locked up for the night.
It's almost as good as corn.
What do you want to ask him? You want to ask him where this Acastus lives, pretty much, right?
Hello, good sir. Have you ever heard of somebody named Acastus?
And because I rolled so low, we just keep riding by.
Yeah, exactly. The cart just keeps
hold on.
moving,
Can you please stop this thing?
and the guy looks at you like you're trying to like play some kind of prank on him. Like there's this.
Oh, is there something
weird
going
look,
on? We're from out of town.
and then-
Hey, can you stop it?
Oh yeah, sorry about that, Soren. And I just jump off the cart and I run over to the guy and I just go, "Yeah, we're looking
Okay.
for this guy called
The cart
Acastus."
keeps moving.
I'm gonna mage hand the reins and try to pull on them.
Okay, I'll say that works a bit.
Yeah, I like your
It
chickens.
slows down.
They're small and gross. You're pretty dirty. Do you know where we can find this guy called Acastus?
He looks at both of you. He looks at Solomon, like his chest, like just above his shield, where he thinks his eyes are, because he thinks he's a
Mhm,
good foot
mhm.
shorter. Just goes, "Well, you're not from around here, right? Just go to the palace."
Go to
And
the
he
palace?
keeps like chewing his chickens because one just keeps wanting to like break free from his little herd there.
Oh, that's great. So the
Yeah,
palace.
just-
I bet they have
Ah, shit.
paladins there. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks back at you with like this look in his face that just says, "You're kidding me. This is you're just trying to be obtuse in some way. He
No,
does
I'm
not
being-
take you seriously at all."
I'm being brutally honest. Sorry there, friend. Just happy travels and have fun with your tiny cocks. All right, guys. He said we gotta kill the big palace.
Yeah, he just keeps chewing his birds into the coop and just goes good night and just keeps doing that.
To the
And
palace.
yeah.
I run
So,
off,
like
and then I run back and like skid to a stop, and I go, "Oh yeah!" And the Dragonlords are here. And then I turn and run back to the car.
this.
Make a well.
Does he
Make a
is he looking
persuasion
at his
check,
chest? Or
please.
is he looking at his chest or is he looking at
Randomly
you?
just throws.
He always looks below where
Okay.
Solomon's actual head would be.
Let's go. Whip the
Nice.
flag out of your
Oh,
butt
you're
cheeks.
nailing
And
it
I
now.
talk normal, but
What a
when I run,
creepy
because I run back to the
child.
cart, and then I slam, like skid to a stop, and then run
Yeah.
back to him, and my voice changed. And I go, "Remember to tell him that the Dragonlords are here." And then I just like run back.
Like he jumps a bit, and he looks impressed. let's put it that way, I guess.
If Solomon
If he
yells
did.
out, we got to go to the palace. I'm gonna call out to him. What is it like? Is Acastus the Lord or King or something? Did you ask any follow-up questions?
I jump in the cart. It
The guy
tilts
is
to like
gone.
one side, and I go, "Nope, yep, nope, yep. We're going to the palace." Hey, Soren. What is a palace?
It's kind of like
Where all the paladins are?
No, that would be nice for you. No, it was kind of like where Pythor lived, like a really big building with lots of rooms.
Oh, like a big shithole.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you like the grapes off the wall.
Those were pretty good.
I'm sorry, we're going to a big shithole.
We're
Pretty
going
much.
to a
And
palace.
when I ate
Where
those,
are
when I
you?
ate those grapes, I haven't shit since. I don't know what happened.
I mean, I'm just back here under the bed. Are those things still up there?
We should see a medicine woman
They
about you
are.
not having shits those grapes. What did you say again?
Are those things still like flying around up there?
Yeah,
You want
the
me to wave at 'em
dragons.
some more?
Oh yeah, yep. That's yeah. You know, it's
Esther is
it's fine.
well on his way to those dragons, and those dragons have turned to meet him.
Oh,
Esther, you
weird.
do see 3 adult bronze dragons come like towards you in kind of a formation, 1 in front and 2 flanking him. There's riders on each of them. They all have very shiny, also kind of bronze colored armor. And look like
Do they
they're
have a sword?
important. Try again. I think you broke up.
Do they have
A sigil.
A sigil. They from like if you get close enough to see, yeah. Like their breastplate has the same kind of dragon as the thing that you saved, just the one that you salvaged from the dead guy was a bit less shiny and a bit less adorned with extra frills.
Okay, cool. So I said that I took his sword, helmet,
And the breastplate.
shield.
Yeah. Or shield, yeah.
Yeah. So I would fly up and be like, "Oh my God, they're so amazing. They're so cute. Oh, hi, sirs. Here you go. We found this when we were on our way over this way. They had a letter saying find destined heroes, and we got like prophecy and stuff. We're the Dragonlords. So we're just on our way down into town. I saw the dragons over here, and I couldn't help but come up and just look at them. They're just so majestic. Bronze dragons and copper dragon. You said it was.
You're being
It's
gross.
bronze.
You're being
It's
gross.
copper dragons, so it's like a bronzy color, but it's copper dragons, and they look
Yeah,
like
so you just copper dragons.
you
That's
know
amazing.
a lot about them. So it's young copper dragons in appearance, size, and all that. They look bigger than
I just
yours.
start trying to pet them.
In the air?
Talk to
While
him.
riding another dragon?
Oh
Cause
yeah, no,
I'm
100%. Like,
trying
yeah,
to
I
think.
just start. Yeah, I just like full on, just like. Actually,
Like,
yeah, I
like
don't think
scamper
they
up
can
the
hop
neck
again.
and like
So no,
lay.
I'm just like
No,
circling
yeah,
around.
you would have
He
to
just
go
flies
And
by
then
him
just
really
talk
fast
to
and
him.
yells it really quick.
Yeah.
Hey, we found it, guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they do try to motion to you to kind of
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to do that. I would.
yeah.
Esther is
Yeah.
about to be arrested.
Maybe.
Oh no.
They do try to like yell
I
out
don't
to
know if we
you
have
to
bail money.
follow.
We don't.
And two of them break off of the group as soon as they also spot this little cart coming towards the city gates. To check, but
Sure.
like they kind of they try to get around Esther so that Esther has two dragons on one side, one dragon on the other. Kind of the one dragon is towards the center of the city. The two dragons are kind of between, the city walls and you. And the guy on the middle dragon, that seems to be their kind of boss, just kind of yells out, please, sir, follow us. Where are your companions? We've been waiting.
Sherwin.
Yeah.
Sherwin.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's on the cart over there. There's
You kind of
supposed
point
to be
over.
coming in, but them horses slow as hell, so I ain't trying to ride on.
As soon as you kind of point there and point that out, the boss just kind of motions with one finger to the other two, and they turn around and head right at the cart, like both just beeline to the cart. While the main guy seems to be like staying with you, and he just continues. It's good that you're here. Our messengers came back empty-handed and were punished duly. We do need your aid. Please, could you
So here's the thing
follow?
about the whole punishing them thing. We definitely hid from you because the last person that was riding on the dragon, we had to kill his ass. He was a bad dude. That's how I got
Hey.
Little B. Little B is just the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. They he doesn't seem to mind all that much. Like he's very preoccupied with looking around and trying to follow the others, and also just keeps just checking that you're not going anywhere. He's kind of circling around you and tries to be very sure that you're not gonna get away from him, so to speak.
I'd be like, so where's a good place to land this motherfucker? I ain't been here before. I'm new to town.
All right, let me put you over to the Mitros map. There you go. You come in basically from let me just kind of draw it on there, I guess. No. If it lets me.
Holy
No,
shit,
it
this
does.
place is huge.
It is huge.
Oh, boys, we big city living now. What's up?
So many places to
You come
draw.
in, maybe in. Oh
Where's
yeah.
the hub?
I'll just use the blue again. You come in from that path here. And do that. Yeah, that works.
This is far larger
Um,
than anywhere we've been.
You kind of
All
cross
right.
the river.
So
The cart goes that way. The dragons will get everyone in the cart now has two young dragons, young dragon-sized dragons with riders coming straight at you, and they are headed right to you.
Sherwin.
And the other one just seems to be circling Esther,
Sorry,
which you also see.
I don't wanna.
Why? Come on. We've been building up to this whole time.
I know, but now that it's here, I feel like I'm getting my palms are sweaty, my knees are weak, my arms are heavy.
What? Did you have spaghetti?
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
No, let's not do that. Why? What's the reason? What's the problem?
Well, I mean, I told you my wife got ate by a dragon.
Wasn't that a dragon on a completely different world?
Yeah, and it was also like not alive anymore, but it's still like the.
This dragon's probably not related to those dragons. I don't think that works that way.
Oh God, jeez, okay.
Take
Take my.
shooing.
Like, let's say,
Shoot.
for instance, like, if a human robbed you, like, would you still be my friend?
Well, of course I would.
Just say no.
See? I mean, if that's, if it doesn't transfer species to species, then the dragon should be fine.
Well, but what if it does?
It won't. It's a different world. If these dragons are bad, it'll be for different reasons.
Yeah, Shoo, and listen to Soren, bud. Don't be a fucking poser.
We were then. We could just, if we have to, we'll kill the dragon.
I will stick my hammer right up its dump truck.
See?
Well,
See?
don't
That's
do
the
that.
spirit.
I mean, all right.
All right. I'll take my blanket off my head and tie it back around my neck like a little scarf.
There
Okay.
you go, bud. Yeah, get up. You don't want to be laying next to a dead body all day. Trust me, it's very comfy, but doesn't smell good. It's not
That
great.
is fair.
See the sights,
I've kind of gotten used to the smell. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it smells kind of good after a while. Look at it, isn't it nice over here?
I've been
a
casting
city.
prestidigitation to make flower smells under my nose every.
I totally forgot that we just rode into town with a body.
100%.
And that is not anything pretty much left in the cart, right? Like we still got all the housing supplies and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then
No, I think we dumped all that.
Well, you dumped most of that in Astoria, by the falls actually. Yeah, you did. But there's still some stuff in there.
It is a very organized
we
cart.
Thought might be handy.
Yeah.
We kept whatever we thought might be handy, like extra
Well,
blankets.
we get to have one of those.
Cutlery.
We can have one of those really fun situations where
so
the
we
guards
did go
stop
through
us.
Yeah.
We can have one of those fun conversations where the guards stop us and they're like, "What do you have?" And we're like, "Not a dead body." And then we all laugh about it, and then they let us in.
I was planning on just saying something to the guards when we got to the gate, but the dragons thing kind of came up. So
yeah, that'll happen.
There's two
real super trooper
dragons
scenario.
escorting you, so you're probably fine for
do they
now.
want the body? You guys want to take this guy?
I mean, if I have to, I can eat him real fast and maybe
No,
nobody.
No.
Just to we don't want to get caught with a dead body.
Are you hungry?
We could feed him to a tut-tut.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
Here's a ration.
Yeah, we can make tut-tut. I could tie him to him. No. I could make a tut-tut. We could tie him to him and have tut-tut just run into the river.
No, let's not do that. I'll sensing that Solomon's just hungry, I'm gonna go ahead and open up a ration. It looks like surprisingly like a Lunchable, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
That is cute. Okay, yeah, cool. I like that.
I like to make little smiley faces with the pizzas. Thanks, Soren. I'm squeezing out the paste and spreading it around with a little stick.
You're welcome, buddy. I keep these for you.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you do, get your, you now are eating. Do you do anything about the fact that there are those two soldiers on their dragons just kind of flying left and right to the cart?
Hell yeah, you know what I fucking do? Start waving at them.
I was gonna say at this point it feels either we're about to get put on trial for the death of a Dragonlord, or we're getting an escort into town. Either one, it feels like this cart is not gonna make us escape from these dragons.
Okay,
so we may
in that case, it's a simple thing. I did roll for the horses, and the horses didn't roll well. They rolled both for themselves. One rolled a 4 and one rolled a 3.
Good.
For if they would panic or not. And they don't have a bonus.
Oh, great.
They do panic. They don't like having dragons flanking them like that.
All right.
And they bolt. I will say they do that while you're kind of like trying to like ride up or drive up to this like, you know, let me see, like this up here. I suppose it's like the upper left, and you should take a turn to get into the city, but those horses will just go straight unless you do something.
Soren, what are you doing? You gotta command the horse, all right? No,
I'm sorry.
You missed
I
our
forgot
exit.
you're eating.
I'll grab him.
I
still hold a pizza in one hand, and I'll try to grab the reins and pull him back with one hand.
I'll grab the Lunchable from falling off of his lap and give him the help action.
Okay, yeah. So let's have Solomon roll animal handling with advantage.
I'm gonna need it. That's not gonna do it.
That was.
That's better. That was better.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
I
don't know why I'm letting you do it. You have a -1. I have at least a 0.
I mean, but he gets a +3.
Oh
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Vehicles.
Skill,
So 19.
Yes. And you do need that. Like with anything above an 18, you don't even have to move the cart backwards a little bit to get the turn.
Just fishtail those horses around.
Make it work where they kind of you use the turn to make them go somewhere
Just
and
up onto.
But that doesn't make us look sketchy as all. We like try to run and then
Baffonery, you really rein them in. British dominance.
This is the Soldier's Gate. This gate does have a bunch of like there's an actual like guard here, and there's this little house here. Is very obviously like a little outpost for just the soldiers on watch. It's like their, you know, kitchen and a little bed area where they can just do their switches and stuff, and it's otherwise got probably an area where they just keep, you know, whatever they need for their duties. But because you're also being flanked by 2 dragons, they don't like. It's fine. They won't stop you. It's just they all look as you just like bolt through the gate, which is the outer one isn't even like they would probably be closing it around this time, but they luckily haven't yet, so you're fine.
I'm sorry, you said we bolt through the gate?
You just right through, yeah. It's
okay. So holding onto the reins, with a mouthful of food, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Soldiers, help! We got a dead guy in a cart. Somebody help! Somebody help!
Yeah. I guess that would be. I guess that would be preferable, right? I guess we turn over here. Can you stop the cart?
Help! I can't stop the cart. Somebody help! There's a dead guy in the cart.
If you just keep trying, they will stop. But they, you know, that it takes a little bit to make horses slow down.
Dramatic
so,
effect.
Yeah.
You know.
He's currently panicking, but I guess you're still holding onto the reins. So, you know, him panicking won't help, but they'll probably stop at some point.
I mean, he has drifted this cart and these horses.
Yes, he has.
So.
He's like done a jump with it.
That's right.
If the guards start coming over as we stop, then I will go. I'll tell them just the whole story. Like we found this man. Our friend up there has his armaments. I'm sure if we called out, he would bring him down to you. You'll notice his injuries are consistent with some sort of animal attack. I didn't get a good view of it, but my friend up there did, the one riding the little dragon. But yeah, we thought it would be appropriate for us to at least bring the body back instead of just leave it for the carrion.
Okay, cool. So you do say that to probably more the dragon riders than the people just kind of, you know, swishing by because you're going still quite fast.
Well, I'll stop like once we get in a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you will have to stop because the second gate, this one here, is actually closed. So that's where the horses kind of have to stop. And they do so at a slight angle, just enough to nibble at the grass on the side here. So it's like, you're just not the right point. Like the horses are facing towards the side of the road so they can eat.
And I go, somebody quick help, we have a dead body. You gotta get over here fast while I'm making my next little pizza. Hurry up.
Yeah, they do. Like watchers are coming out of there, like just kind of climb down the ladder to the gate. And there's just a few people around just looking a bit curiously, but also seeing that the dragons still they try to keep their distance now to, not create too much chaos, but they do still like watch you like hawks. Like at least Sherwin notices that they are very intent on you. Like they're not looking anywhere else. They just look at you and they like try to make sure that there's 3 people in the cart and there's still 3 people in the cart when they do whatever they want to do. Like that's important to them.
There's 4 of us in here.
3.1.
3 point something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll direct them where the body is and stuff so they can unload it if we
some of these people by the gates do help unload the remains.
I'll hand them the note. I don't want to show up with a bloody note either, so I'll hand them the note. I'll have it folded back up. But we found this was with the body. We left the horse. Most of it had been consumed already. You'll find the remains, and then I'll give them directions on where the body was if they want to investigate the scene.
Okay. Yeah, they do take all of that in, and just one of them that seems to be, well, they all kind of have the same kind of uniform. It's just the one that's got a little bit more initiative than the rest, probably, or is, at least character-wise, the one that would actually start talking at all. He just goes, "Oh yeah, I think yeah, just go. Can you open the gate?" And he just gets the others to actually open up the second gate for you. Just go right to the palace. I guess the riders will show you the way if you don't know where it is.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Is there by chance anybody else that can maybe show us around?
No, the dragons will be fine, Sherwin.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry.
They look like slightly like taken aback by that suggestion for like a second, but just shrug.
My friend, he's a little nervous around dragons.
Okay, that is interesting. Please just go ahead. I'm pretty sure you're expected. What you also will notice is that it is late, but it is very dark. Like there's very dark clouds in the sky. As you came in, it was still okay weather, but the weather seems to be changing.
Did anybody tell them that we came here with the oracle?
I don't think they're interested in Oracle. Well, they did say something about a prophecy. I guess we could talk to I don't know. I think we should just talk to this Acostas guy and maybe just like save whatever we got for him.
Oh, damn it. I don't have the axe anymore. The last gods, and I like turn to the guards like, the last gods loved the axe. They just loved it. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Had a cool
you
axe.
have a really cool shield now, though.
I do have a really cool shield, yeah.
Yeah. You will realize that most of the guards are talking to... it's basically Soren, because Sherwin's also kind of, halfway hiding.
Yeah,
like,
I'm definitely
there's
not
a heap
sitting
of
up
blanket.
front. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a... what
I
think
forgot
is a
Squigs is
weird
there
child.
too.
There's Squigs, but he's probably just kind of,
feel like Squigs is like sitting
Sitting
on
tight
my
for now.
head.
Yeah.
He's just like up
Squigs
top
is
here.
vibing. I was gonna say he's
Yeah.
sitting on someone trying to
Yeah.
get scratches.
Yeah. So yeah, the one that seems to be like the grown up or the leader of this is definitely Sorin in the eyes of any of the guards that take the cart into the city now or open the gates for them. Yeah, welcome to Mithros. You made it. It's a big city, as you can tell from the map, which is this is the biggest I could make it without getting warnings from Roll20 that maps bigger than this will decrease the quality. And it still doesn't fit, so
So
I might
what's
have
everybody's name in this
to
town?
switch it around.
Yeah,
You want me to go through the list?
comprehensive
You really want me
list.
to?
Let's
Go house by
let's
house.
keep that to a minimum, and maybe just head to the palace.
Yeah.
We're getting a dragon escort. This feels like
Yeah.
I
The
know what to
Like
this is like
if Esther, like
Yeah.
if he's not like telling Esther where to go, I'm gonna go to the biggest, fanciest building.
I did just write it on top of the palace, just so you know, as a kind of reminder. The dragon that is stayed with Esther, and the rider will just tell you, we'll meet at the palace. Just follow me, and he will like start going, like just kind of east, and then change his mind and say, well, just please could you fly next to me and try to be just slightly behind you so he can always have you in sight, kind of. And he'll make you land about like here. This is the palace, and it's got a pretty open area there, but for landing, technically, the best place to do so is down here, where I'm kind of pointing now. So that's where Esther would probably end up, like being led. So they can have two dragons land comfortably, just like wherever they want to, without being in the way or landing on top of anything.
Okay, guys, make sure you keep the shield out. Let's keep the hammer out. Like, let's, the weapons that we just got forged, let's make sure they're readily available to see. Make sure everybody can see them as we go through.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. And I just start. I'll pull up the flag and be like, "Can I wave this around?"
I mean, sure you can.
Hold the shield up while you do it.
Oh yeah, it's always on my arm, really. So
Yeah,
I'm just like
it's
waving it around and just
strapped
like,
to the arm. Okay.
"Oh yeah,
Just,
come on,
just
baby."
spread eagle, shield out on one side, flag up on the other,
Yeah.
on the back
I'm
of the
waving
cart.
around like, "Dragonlords are back, baby! Oh yeah, we're about to
Jesus
bring the
pose, radiant
damage and-
energy.
Oh, where are your kids? Where are the children? Oh yeah."
Wow. Yeah, you definitely get this. Like, there's a weird situation where the dragons can actually, go straight to the palace. But the city has this kind of mountain in the middle of it. So in order for the cart to get to the palace, you will have to take
All the way around.
quite a little, way around it.
Just
So
a
in order
slight
to make
jaunt.
that work,
We need to let the city see us.
yeah,
do I get a
you will
performance
have
check
like
on
a
this?
parade to do. I mean, yeah,
Can I
you
light
can
up?
absolutely do that.
Can I use light to light up the flag and then
Sure.
cast guidance on Solomon?
That be considered a help action?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, performance with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll inspire myself.
Okay, yeah, do that.
I'll inspire myself. Where is that? do that somewhere.
Should be.
Yeah.
You actually can't.
Yeah.
Bardic yourself.
You can't creature other than yourself. You're
Other
right. I
than
can't.
yourself, probably. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's shit. Okay.
There
so,
is subclasses that let you do it to yourself,
yeah,
but only
there's
only in
ways to
and I
specific
don't
do that.
want it
circumstances.
anymore.
Swords Bard and one other.
All right. So here we go. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
not bad. And then,
Is-
oh, that's not bad. And then what do I add to this? What's your guidance?
a
D4?
D4.
That's a D4, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. We got
Nice.
25
There you go.
up in here.
25.
And going with the Lunchables thing, I'll be waving around the banner and then stepping up on the corner of the cart, bashing 2 Capri Suns together and just rah like down on them. Just
Okay.
like,
Okay.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
I'll have just to make it a 25. I'll use prestidigitation to do a shower of sparks around him
Nice.
as he's doing this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So all of that happens. You do have a lot of there's this weird situation where you're just starting like a one-man parade, kind of, or well, 3 people parade.
3.1.
Point
no, the
a
body's
little-
out.
Well, the body's out, so
body's gone,
it's
okay.
2 horses that just, 2 dragons trying to kind of fly low enough to, be still close, but also they try to avoid to scare the horses too much. So there's a lot of that, and you have it's just a bunch of very confused people looking at you as you kind of go by, because most of them are shutting their closing the shutters or just getting into their houses, going back home from a long day of work, or just doing things that usually this is the time when things get more quiet and people go to sleep.
Not
and you
today.
just make a 3 people party right through the city. That's how we'll do it. You have to go the long way around. It's kind of a snaky path. You first follow south, then you kind of go you pass a very nice little garden on a big hill. Then you go down again into a more market or a neighborhood that is full of small little houses and little stalls that are now also shut. And then you kind of get to the actual area with grander houses and another hill that you do get up to via another pathway that's kind of a little bit, it's elevated, and it's also very, very much wider than it needs to be. It's definitely a grand part of this city, and all the while, which takes you, it's it's a long way. I didn't measure it out an actual thing, but this is gonna be at least, well, you're using it cards, let's say 3/4 of an hour of parade. So I don't know.
And I'm
you're
flexing
just-
the whole time. I'm standing up. I'm doing a backflip and stuff. But I'm just a kid. I don't know that.
You are. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Flexing everywhere.
I'm very
and shit.
tempted to ask you for make a constitution save. Just to see how exhausting this whole procedure is, because you might not have.
I mean, get out
That's
of
good.
here.
That's good.
Come
Let's
on.
go.
Hey,
Yep.
no.
Let's
I
go.
took a
So,
nice nap
all the way.
before we got here.
All the way up until you get to the palace, or to
But when
the
we get there,
place
I'm
where you
just
meet Esther.
dripping in sweat.
You're
I'm just so
sweating
gross.
profusely.
We gotta wear him out again so he can sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pumped right now. Oh, yeah.
You probably, it's probably a good way to wear someone out. Yep, but you get up to the palace, or at least to the like landing area where you do meet up with Esther. Like that's where you all are now. Like, yeah. If you wanted to, I don't know if it's better visible with a little circle around it, but
Yeah,
I
no,
can
see
also
it.
just kind of point. Yeah, so that's where you meet Esther and the other dragon. The two dragons that have been following you, one lands before you get there, the other lands after you got there. Um, they both try to, keep enough distance to not make the horses run again. And
I was
yeah.
fully trying to befriend the other dragon the whole time, pretty much ignoring.
And I walk up and I go, "What's up, Esther? You got one of these
Okay.
jabroni poses with you? Oh yeah."
the soldier that was, kind of taking care of Esther and making sure that he doesn't go anywhere, probably thought he would have kind of a task at his hands, and then as soon as he realized
No, I'm
that
trying to
all he
feed him
needed to do
snacks
was
and scratch his
basically
belly.
just like set the dragon in front of him, yeah, he totally uses that. And just like puts the dragon there, and the dragon kind of sits and just kind of, stares into the middle distance for some time. If you want to, you can try to like talk to him or anything like that. It's fair. Um,
Oh yeah, he's just like just chatting away at him. Even if he's not responding
Okay.
back or anything, he's just
Yeah.
he's just asking questions about dragon stuff. He's just like,
Yeah.
well, say little B likes like this. Well, what about you? What do you think about deer? The little B
Mhm.
says they're a little gamey. But the horse he had earlier, he said that was pretty good. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So
Okay. Nice.
just rambling on at this dragon,
yeah.
like feeding him little treats from his like bag and shit like that. Just trying to make a
Yeah.
friend.
The guy that is, hanging out with you is like sometimes looks a little bit annoyed at it, but then again also doesn't care enough to do anything about it. It's, he lets it just happen. And sometime later, because you just flew over there, you've got 40 minutes to do all that. And tell him your life story and then some. Yeah, and I think that's the point where
Yeah, I definitely don't tell anyone my life story. I didn't even tell Sherwin my life story.
No.
Like,
You would tell him a
I'm
life
pretty sure
story,
most
probably.
of it is still a huge secret to everybody on
Yeah.
the like that I'm.
You tell him a story. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, for sure. Be like, well, I got this dragon. I love dragon.
You'll get the dragon definitely with treats. So whenever you hold out anything, he will gobble it up. Although I would like to ask how you do that with two dragons on like either side of you, because you've got your small dragon and then you've got the not so small dragon. Yours being the small one.
The treats I'm giving the bronze dragon is bronze. I have like I would say like I'm give him like little chunks of copper, and then I still have some of the diamond dust.
Okay. All right. That'll be kind of, sometimes just jealously like nips at you and just kind of tries to make himself, known to you whenever he finds that he's earned more of your.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring Little B.
No.
Like I would assume that I got him on my shoulder and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like basically just like three-way convo, like huddle up with the dragon and Little B and like just be like, all right, so dragon stuff. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And you're just ignoring the guy that actually like lives with this dragon. Just trying to like talk to him, be like, "What's your name?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?"
Yeah.
Like, and also like ask him questions because like he's a dragon, but he's a young one, so I don't know how much he would know. So I would ask him a bunch of.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't really get any answers of that dragon. It is technically a young copper dragon from the looks of it. But it is either a very stoic one or one that, kind of has some kind of reason to not engage too much with others, but it will definitely eat anything that's being offered. And kind of still, every now and then, you kind of get the feeling that, yeah, he probably likes the scritches as well. Like, it's just, still a kind of military dragon.
Oh, come on. Please tell me the dragon's
Saving
just like,
face.
the whole time it's just like, cool, yeah, no, totally. Yeah, no, yeah, me too, yeah. Oh,
Just
yeah.
every now and then when you, like, most of the time, he just kind of, like, sits to attention, more or less. Like it's very different from what you've come to know from Little B in a lot of ways. Like, there's
I think at some point in time he'd
disdain.
kind of start getting annoyed.
Okay. Yeah.
He would definitely start getting annoyed at some point in time. He's just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you? Hello, hello,
Yeah.
dragon."
Yep.
And then he'd probably be like, "Hey, dude, what's wrong with your dragon? Your dragon ain't saying nothing. This
Tarzan
is
just
weird.
looks at
Every
you.
dragon I talk to is
You're just a
great.
guy
Like,
outside out front of 7-Eleven, just
Yeah.
fucking harassing people.
Yeah. The captain that is, like, the apparently owner of that dragon just looks at you and goes, like, the only, like, as you get kind of annoyed with that, he just goes, well, I trained my dragon properly, and looks at you with, like, a slight, it's looking down at you a bit.
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm about to get shot.
like, that's not good for Esther. He goes, train your
No.
dragon. The fuck is wrong with you? This beast's stronger and lives longer and they last longer than anyone else that you know. And plus, they smarter than you too. Now, look, I understand whatever your fucking name is because you won't goddamn tell me. But yeah, I guess you have to listen to it because there's more of us than you guys. But I understand if the Dragon Rebellion ever pops up, gotcha. So now he just like
Dragon just
he
kind of,
just go into a tirade about how dragons
Yeah.
are like on the
Yeah.
most part better than people, even though they have to like take their like animalistic
that be where the
instincts.
card comes
This is
in.
like the
Yeah.
dragon is the
I've had the
best
same
thing.
conversation,
treasure,
conversation with
they
the
love-
crackhead, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Dragons are better than everybody. Think you better than a dragon?
Perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, you meet up again together as Esther is trying to convince that captain's guard's captain, that way, that, dragons shouldn't be, like, trained and used like that. And, yeah, telling him how to
I'm like
deal
Squig.
with this dragon, I guess.
Squigs, don't move. Just stay here. Just stay right here. That good boy, Squigs.
You should
I mean,
train
Squig
with
is
your
probably-
dragon, not train your dragon.
Yeah. As soon as all the guards are together again and the dragons have landed, they kind of try to put you all in the middle, so they have the dragons, enough at the sides. They can't really get the one dragon away from Esther, so that's fine. But they try to keep their distance from the cart still, but also block off. Like, it's noticeably, they land in a way that they block off the streets that lead off of this court, except for the one that goes north and also leads up to, like, that's the one that leads up to the palace. But it's got a stair, and so the captain just will try to ignore Esther as much as he can, and try to,
Look.
like, he looks at
I'm fully just laying
Solomon,
on.
decides to not talk, like, direct his stuff to him, and instead kind of turns to Soren. And it just goes, you're being expected. I would like you to follow me. Please go. We shouldn't lose any time. Come with me. He starts going ahead, ignoring the
guys?
dragons, by the way.
See,
And the other
being
two
guided is
follow.
much better than under guard. Come on, let's go.
And you go up the stairs.
Who's
to
gonna
the
watch the
palace.
horses? Who's gonna stay with?
I'm sure somebody will.
They
Somebody will take care
seem
of
to
the
not
horse.
care about that right now. There might be someone coming to, take care of them.
I feel like maybe
Yeah,
I should
Cairo
just.
come get him. Cairo come
No, Sherwin,
get
you
it
gotta
all
come.
fixed up.
You gotta come. Come on.
I mean,
Come on.
okay.
Okay.
Look, hey, this is a world with Dragonlords. You could potentially be one, or more than likely are one. You're ahead of a church here. You could do this, buddy. You could do this. You got this.
You know, I really appreciate your encouragement, Sora.
Yeah.
Look at you wearing your priestly attire and everything.
Yeah.
I do look dashing, don't I?
You're very dashing, very powerful, very capable.
Yeah.
I feel like
And
I'm.
comfortable.
I feel like I'm 70 again.
Oh.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm pretty old.
Okay.
He never tells you.
Not enough.
Yeah, it's
He
kinda-
always just says things that
There's a-
make
Yeah.
you wonder.
I
There's a
mean,
lot
what
of that
what
in here.
are numbers?
old.
What are they though?
Who
Baffonery.
was 70?
What are numbers? Real question.
It's count.
Now,
So as you ascend,
ages now.
Shape up, shape up, shape
I'm
up. We're
working,
going into
so-
the. Enough. Shape up, shape up. Everybody, back straight. Let's get some dignity for once.
This
One
world.
time.
Sora,
We're all from
my back
different
is
worlds.
not straight.
I know.
No, it
it's,
isn't.
there's a shell situation. Just hold your head high.
Oh, well, I mean,
And you're
okay.
drinking like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Walk like you're 70.
What? I mean, I'm going as fast as I can. Do you want me to run? I'll run.
No, don't run. Don't do the shuffle. Don't do the
Oh.
shuffle.
Oh, I'm shuffling.
He is, yeah.
20,
very much so.
25 feet around.
Mm-hmm. Kind of usually, like, it's everybody has to slow down a little bit for Sherwin, basically.
I think at this point, Soren is just like by habit, and anytime he thinks that Sherwin's running, he slows down a little bit to let him get just a little bit ahead.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you kind of walk in slow motion yourself, and you do get up to the palace. As you do so, you do see that you're now quite high up in the city, like, kind of climbing the outcroppings of a kind of a mountain that the city is kind of built around here. And it's a very nice view, but Sherwin's passive perception is high enough to see that there's a few places in the city where you see blackened roofs, and it looks like they had just fires dotted around the city at some point very recently. It kind of looks. It kind of catches your eye because it is so spotty.
Okay.
And you even see one house that is still kind of seems to be smoldering still. That would be quite easy to see from this perspective because it's like this one here.
Okay.
To the side. as you go up the stairs, you kind of see the smoke rising from that. It's just a thin bit of smoke, but something happened recently to it. Yeah. And so you get into the courtyard, and that will block off your sight because there's walls around that.
I think Sharon would just make a mental
But from
note
the
of it.
stairs, you see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they will get you into the actual, like, palace building. It is like a complex that looks very, very clean generally. But as you get into the Great Hall, it's like this building here. It is like you thought the hall in Astoria was kind of big. This one is 3 times the size, probably. So yeah, there's people seem to have gotten dressed again. At least Sherwin will notice that. I don't think anyone else has high enough perception, but you do see a few people that are kind of hurrying back into the. You all see them hurry back into this big hall, but not everybody. But Sherwin will notice that some of them are kind of still in the process of tying stuff together, or finishing the actual dressing. And you get into the great hall of this place here. There is marble colonnades. And as you get into the palace, and maybe you had 5 minutes or so, they do let you. There's some people coming in just asking you if you need a drink. And they'll get you water if you want to. But that's all you get, just water. And then you do get led into.
You guys should share some of this with your brothers up to the north there.
They absolutely also offer you a bigger bowl of water that's in a little stand to wash yourselves if you would like to. It's like just before you get into the actual great hall of this. They might be a little bit Thorin probably has, cleaned you up mostly from, being with this corpse for some time and all that.
I just have little beads written out of it.
Yeah. So they'll still ask you to kind of, get some of the dust off your faces, but that's basically it. And then you enter the actual chamber.
Yeah, I'm dripping sweat, and I say, "Sorry, just washed."
They look at you with a certain it's like they look at a child that just doesn't want to do what it's supposed to be doing, and everybody knows it's just being an obnoxious little child, kind of. There's this look in their faces
on the nose
of annoyance.
I feel like he's still holding this lit up flag too, so it's just
Yeah.
glistening off his forehead and everything. Yeah.
They then kind of pointedly look at both Sherwin and Soren, and then kind of also at Esther, trying to figure out who the parent is, I guess. Who could convince that child.
Esther's just lounging on the back, asking for fish. He's just lying on the back of a dragon asking for fish. So yeah. I don't think they would assume he's the leader.
Yeah, no. But, they're considering all their options, and they're all kind of odd, because there's a turtle man, there's a small cat guy, and then there's Soren, that is the only one that looks kind of, responsible. But also doesn't seem like he could be the dad of that guy at all. So, yeah, they try. But yeah.
They'd just be like, why are you looking at us all weird?
Well, you're about to meet the king, and I thought you should maybe wash one of the. Just,
Well,
you know.
We met another king, and he
It's
didn't
worked out in the past.
he didn't make us take a
you know,
bath.
that is a good idea. I'll go over and wash my hands and
Okay.
clean my hands.
I'll just like
I'll
dunk
try to
my
lead by
head in.
example.
I only wash my hands before I eat. This would be nice.
You know, there's another look of annoyance on that woman's face. It's like, whatever.
Are you gonna wash
Just
your
licking
hands,
my
man?
paws. And then wiping my face, just doing the cat thing, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch Soren and I'll kind of repeat what he does,
Okay.
and then drink a little bit from the bowl.
Okay.
Oh,
The
no,
same bowl that's washing bowl? Oh, great. The woman will try to stop you from it, but then just kind of gives in to the madness. Just
And I mean,
leaves
I mostly
everything
just
there.
stick my face in it and kind of
Yeah.
drink a little bit.
Ma'am,
Excuse me,
I feel like we might be kindred spirits.
madam. I just want you to know that we are pretty familiar with dealing with royalty. They have all been gods and not
Very familiar.
not the well you know they like to drink a lot. Does this guy like to drink a lot too?
She looks confused for about 2 seconds and then just goes, well, I'm sure you're not here to drink. You're here for an audience and to talk.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't want to drink. I was just wondering if the king did.
Well, not more than any other person, I think. But he's our great king, and you should pay him all the respect that he's due. Excuse me, I'll take
we'll see
the
about
washing bowl before. And she just kind of drags this almost like a little trolley thing that they have this basin on, drags that to the side and then pours it out into a little.
Well, I could have done
It's
that
like
for you.
a little area there.
I could have brought this over there for you. I'm a nice big strong man.
Oh, that's fine. You're needed, and you also at the pretty much same time just kind of feel a little bit of a like there's a spear or something like a spear kind of pushing you, just not with a point or anything, just like someone's shoving you forward to get into the throne room.
My goodness, nobody don't.
It's the guards behind you.
Watch where you're putting that thing, sir.
Yeah. So the thing is, I will have to get to work, but we will have to do the audience. So we'll have to do the audience next time that you will do. It's like 11 something in game now, and it's kind of getting late. So you have, people who probably went to sleep just before they got woken up again, or, didn't get to sleep really, but they got summoned
we'll say
again.
it's like 11:20 p.m. there or something.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Let's say that's 11:21-ish. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of 11:21, that's where we're at right now. We got to get going, but thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. As you already know, we always appreciate it.